Hey everyone, welcome to the Oasis Podcast. I'm your host, Miss AJ. Thanks for tuning in. An oasis is something that provides refuge, relief, or a pleasant contrast, and that is exactly what you will find tuning into the Oasis Podcast. This is a space where I and special guests will be cultivating intentional and honest conversations about life's journey. Subscribe everywhere you listen to podcasts and watch us on YouTube now. Hey y'all, it's me again, back with another episode. And this time I'm doing things I've learned to be true. And this one is focused on unpopular opinions about pregnancy. Because since we're on this vibe, since we're on the topic, I figure why not get all these thoughts out to you all. Again, these are my thoughts. These are my feelings. These are my opinions. If they differ from yours, that's wonderful. If you disagree, that is great, actually. Keep it pushing. Go somewhere else. I won't be bullied. And I won't be told how I should feel or think. Society loves telling women especially how to think and feel, especially when it comes to things that have to do with their body and their experience. And I am not one of those women who are going to let you do that. There's something about pregnancy that people feel removes the woman's autonomy, removes the woman's privacy, removes the woman's right to her own thoughts and feelings. And it's so strange. It is such a strange phenomenon, and I just don't understand the who, what, where, whys, or hows about it. But what I do know is not me, not now, not here. So those of you who are still here ready to listen, I have a lot of unpopular opinions about pregnancy. Some of them tie into parenting, I guess, too. And I'll probably do something similar for as a new mother. You deserve to focus on bonding with your baby and healing your body. Our compassionate postpartum doula services provides you with the support and care you need. From newborn care to light household chores, our doulas will allow you to rest, recover, and enjoy the precious moments with your little one. Benefits of our postpartum doula services are personalized care tailored to your specific needs, relief from household chores and newborn care, emotional support and guidance, increased bonding time with your baby. Experience the gift of rest and support with postpartum doula services at AJO Consulting Services now. I finished my birth story and also for the postpartum period, but since I just released the episode on pregnancy, I figure I'll do this one and then hit you with the rest. Okay? So again, some of these need to be whole episodes on their own. But for now, we're just going to name these things. And I hope it generates conversation. I hope it opens the door and creates a safe space or a safer space for women and birthing people to express themselves, to feel heard, and to feel seen. Because I feel, especially during my pregnancy and those who were pregnant, the same time the things people said to us, the things people did to us, oh my, it's insane. And it's a huge part of the reason why I reshaped and reframed my business. It really truly did. This experience, and again, I tell you, it was not fun while going through it, but in hindsight, I see why God did this. It was necessary for me to reignite my fire, my passion. It was necessary so that I can relate to women and birthing people in a different way. Because in theory, things are one way. You have more room for the rainbows and butterflies. In reality, when reality hits, and then you realize as you start to speak your truth and start talking to other people, you realize, wait, this is your reality too? Oh, this is yours too and yours too? Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you ask for help? Why didn't this or why didn't that? And the responses I got from women were sad. They were sad, honestly. 99% of them were sad. because they felt they shouldn't, they felt that they couldn't. And though there was, a few that was like, oh, it's a blessing, it's a this, it's a that, which is fine. It's all those things. But guess what? Two things can't exist at the same time. It could be a blessing and still be hard as hell. You can still want something and regret it. Two things can exist at one time. But you know what? I'm going off on a tangent. Let me get through this list so that hopefully, like I said, this can generate conversation. Please, if you like the episode, share with someone. Have a conversation. Like, for real. I need us, especially Black women. I need us to have these conversations with each other. There's no reason why we should feel alone. There's no reason why we should feel unseen and unheard because we decided to bring life into this world. That to me just sounds wild. All right, so first things first. Pregnancy is not for everyone. It's okay to not want to do it again. And no, it's not selfish. The amount of people who feel like they can tell you when you should have kids and that like your purpose is to have children as a woman, an individual with a uterus. Excuse you? Say what now? Just like everyone ain't meant to be a lawyer, a doctor, an entrepreneur. Just because you have the organs to do something does not mean you should be doing something or that you have to do something. No. It's a no. It's a no. For a lot of women and birthing people, it actually sucks. Pregnancy sucks. But because society makes us feel that we should be super lucky to get pregnant and it's a blessing, and creating a life is this huge blessing that you were put on this earth to do, so many of us feel like we can't express our true feelings. And like I said earlier, two things can exist at the same time. It is a blessing. Yeah, it really is. If you really think about how you get pregnant, though it may seem like something that just boop happens, a lot of factors go into that egg and sperm meeting and that life forming. There's a lot of factors that try to stop that from happening. So the fact that you are here, the fact that you were able to create life is a blessing. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty freaking amazing. And I honestly was fascinated with the concept of pregnancy for a very long time. Hence why I got into reproductive health. I love reproductive health. I love health in general. But reproductive health was a big thing for me because I just thought the concept was amazing. And it is. I still marvel at the amazingness of humans. Well, not humans are not the only, creatures that can get pregnant, but humans in general, because I'm a human, right? That's my experience. And pregnancy, it's crazy, the human body. It's just amazing. And so I think a lot of people are fascinated. A lot of people think it's amazing, but not also understanding that so much goes into once that egg and sperm meet, life is forever different. And it's not always positive. People really, when you, again, in theory, you be on cloud 9, rainbows and butterflies about certain things. And for me, I had experience with children, right? I was part of many villages. I was with someone who had a child and for a good while, and he had custody. So she was very much a part of our lives. Like at one point we all lived together. I was very much hands-on part of the village. And that still ain't the same when it's yours. It still ain't the same. I definitely loved up on that little girl like she was mine. Everybody who knew her and us really didn't. They were shocked to find out she wasn't my kid. But it's now being a mom, now giving birth and raising your own child. It feels different. Why? You can't give this child back. When it's not your child, there's always something in the back of your head like, okay, their parents gonna come get them. Right? Even if they give you a hard time, this ain't gonna be forever. When it's your baby, guess what? You the parent. And for a long time after I gave birth, I swear I was sitting there like, yo, when her mother coming for her? And then I had to remind myself, I know I'm laughing, but also laughing not to cry. But I was just like, oh my God, I'm her mother. Like, no one's coming for her. Oh my goodness. Like, no. The next thing is, and this is a big thing. Pregnancy, especially for Black women, is dangerous. I know y'all think that when women, and I say y'all, more than likely not these listeners, because y'all in the no. But in general society, especially men and these men in government, they must think we dogs. Just spitting out litters. Just boop, 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 boop. And it's nothing. People do it every day. And doesn't mean it ain't difficult. And especially for Black women, it is dangerous. It can kill you. Pregnancy can kill you. Childbirth can kill you. Postpartum can kill you. It is not something to be taken lightly. Do not let anyone make it seem like it's something trivial. It is not. It is a huge decision. It is a huge process. Do not risk your life, health, or body to have a child for just anyone or other people. Okay? All right? And these are for my girlies who are 30 and above, who feel this quote-unquote clock is ticking. Do not run and rush to sit here and have a child. Especially if you feel because, I'm a certain age. Because such and such said. Because he, she, they, them want. No. Don't do that. You need to be the main person that wants to have that child. Reality check. You will be the main one suffering and giving the utmost to do so. So you better want that baby. Not because somebody else said, not because you're a certain age, because you will be resentful. You will. Even if pregnancy is amazing, when that baby comes and you realize how hard it actually is, you will. Newborn stage, infant stage, toddler stage, teenage, whatever. Parenting is a part of that process, not just having a baby. We're going to touch on that though. Do not let society or any person convince you to have a baby. I need to say that twice. Do not let society or any person convince you to have a baby. Don't do it. You only, can I clarify something? You only have a baby for 12 months. And then guess what? There is no more baby. You have a toddler now. Toddlers are terrorists, but that's another episode. Then you got a toddler, then you got an adolescent, and then a teen, and then an adult. So if you hear one of these people who can't stand teens, but you want to have a baby, what you think gonna happen to your baby when they become 13? Guess what? It's a teenager now. You don't even like teenagers, so you ain't gonna like your child when they reach that age? Oh, you like babies, but you don't like toddlers? You can't really stand kids, but you love babies. That don't make no sense. And so many people are stuck on the baby, the cute little clothes and stuff. Guess what? It's a lot of cute little clothes that you're gonna have to wash. A lot of cute little clothes you're gonna have to change. And the truth is, which is also kind of beautiful, honestly, is they grow so fast. And it's amazing to see them grow. Like, it is amazing to see these little people grow. It really is beautiful. And it's hard. And you are there every day for the growth, God willing. You're there every day for the growth of that child. You don't get to pop in and out and then magically see a different person. You're going to be there for the change. And so if there's stages of development that you just don't care for, but you want to have a baby, you need to rectify that. Read, pray about it, go to therapy, something. But do not have these babies thinking they're just going to stay that way. Do not have these children and you think when they reach a certain stage that you don't like, you're magically going to like it. That's not how that works. It takes every day you putting in the work and the effort. And for some, you don't like other people's kids. I get it. It's a reality. You'll feel different about yours. True, right? That's true. But guess what? There is another reality. Just because it's your child doesn't mean you're going to like them. Yeah, I know that sounds wild, but it's true. There's tons of people out here, and they can tell you their parents don't like them. They might love them and provide what they need, but they can tell their parents don't like them. Don't be that person. Honestly, rectify what you need to rectify, and don't just have a baby for the sake of anybody else or because society told you to. Because that's a decision you're going to have to keep for the rest of your life and the rest of that child's life. Okay? Like I was saying, people are so fixated on babies and not the whole human that is actually being created. And too many people are not even thinking about parenting as part of this. They think I just have a baby. But guess what? Guess what, y'all? Come on. Get closer. When you have a baby, you become a parent. Come on, get even closer. Guess what? Parenting doesn't end when that child turns 18. You parenting your kids even in adulthood. I think, in my opinion, if you are a dedicated parent, you will. And it's not to say when they become adults, you're hand-holding them, because we don't do that. The main goal of parenting, and y'all can argue with me if you want to, is to prepare your kid to live without you. However, it doesn't mean as soon as they become 18, you kick them out the nest and you're like, oh, you're on your own. Hopefully you instilled enough in them so that they can function in the world. However, are you feeling overwhelmed by the demands of life, motherhood? At AJO Consulting Services, LLC, we offer comprehensive wellness services that include personalized coaching, doula care, consulting, and personal and professional development to help you navigate this beautiful yet challenging phase of life. Our services are designed to support individuals and communities, especially women, birthing people, and families of color, in creating a more joyful and stress-free experience. From family planning to postpartum care, we provide the tools and resources you need to thrive. Let AJO Consulting Services help you prioritize your well-being and create a healthier, happier future for yourself and your family. You will still need to guide them when it comes to certain things. That child they will still be a child, even though if they're 18, 20, 35. You will still need to guide them for some things. Wouldn't you like to create a beautiful connection and bond with your child so that they do know, not that to run to you for every single little problem, but when they really need you, they know you can guide them. They know they can throw their ideas at you and you can help them reach a conclusion. Guess what, y'all? That's parenting. You might you might want to, you visit your kid, bring them some groceries, do something nice for them. Right? It may not be that involved, but it could be. But the point I'm making is parenting doesn't stop when your kids go to college. It don't stop when they turn 18. It don't stop when they start walking and talking. It don't stop when they start to be able to, function a little more independently. You're always going to be their parent. And for a good majority of it, let's also throw in, I've worked in school for many years. Parents like to think, they're a certain age. They're grown. No, they're not. You're going to be responsible for them legally if they do anything crazy for a good while too. Parenting is the hard part a lot of times. And especially if you're doing it with someone that you're not on the same page with. Especially if you're doing it by yourself. It's hard. Especially if you don't have a village. It's hard. Sometimes it's not even the child per se. It's just everything that comes with the child. So please put that into consideration. Okay? I said this in my last episode, but I'm going to say it again. Trust when I tell you, all those people telling you to have a baby or that seem so invested after the baby is born will not be there, nor will they care as much once that baby is no longer a baby. I said it. Argue with somebody else. I've seen this happen so many times. Now, I'm an older mom. I had my daughter at 36, literally 2 months shy of being 37. I had tons of family members and people close to me who had children. I'm going to be honest as well. I've probably been that person for one or two friends or people that I've known where they had the baby, and I try my best to check in on people, especially postpartum and when they're pregnant and postpartum. Like, that's something I definitely do. But as the child gets older, I probably don't check in as much. It's just something in people's head that just, oh, okay. Now it's just like a regular thing. They're a kid now. They're a child now. They're an adolescent. People don't care as much. When it's a baby and it's all so cute, you see the pictures and you see the little face. People love it. But then once that child gets bigger, guess what? They're not so cute no more. People don't care no more. So do not get lost in that sauce of people giving you so much attention because you're pregnant. Oh, you got a baby. The real ones are going to stay. And I have been, like I said, in villages of people where I was there. And when I said the people that I kind of didn't check in on, they were like, no, they were friends. Acquaintances. When I say they're not acquaintances, they were friends, but not friends in the way of like, oh, I'm chilling at your house all the time and type of stuff, if that makes sense, right? But those people where, yeah, we at each other's houses, like we can just drop in here, like whenever we, in the neighborhood type stuff or family and stuff. Those are the people that was like truly in their village. And so I made sure to be more present, babysitting, watching the kids, doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? Going out with them and the children and stuff like that. And so that's what I mean. You're not going to get a lot of those. You're not going to get a lot of people who is going to do that for you. Okay? And so please be mindful of that. Oh, so-and-so, oh, I'm going to have this big village. You will not. It's rare. And if you do, God bless you. And that's literally a blessing from God. And I pray that they respect you and your partner's parenting style. I pray they respect you as an individual and don't undermine you because, baby, people will try it. I pray that they truly give you a break and don't stress you out, because sometimes help comes with unnecessary stress. So if you got that, baby, you are lucky. You are lucky, for real. But do not assume and make a big life-changing decision based off of hypotheticals. Because people, we know this across the board, jobs, partners, friends, whatever. People love to talk big and make promises. And when it's time to deliver, it's a different story. Because again, theory sounds nice until it becomes reality. So keep that in mind. Another unpopular opinion: married or not, be prepared to take on a majority of the responsibilities, especially early on, because guess what? That's the nature of the beast. If you choose to breastfeed, you'll be a food source for the baby. Even if that's not the majority of, like if you choose not to breastfeed or chest feed, bonding, your scent, your being is all that child has known for the 10 months they were baking in you. They're going to yearn for you. They're going to want you. Will they tolerate other people? Yes. But they want you. They're going to cling to you more likely. Not always. Just like you're not going to automatically cling to your child just because you gave birth to them. But a majority of the time, that's how it works. Unfortunately, in a lot of cultures, mom is the number one. If that's not something you want, it's something you're ready for, don't do it. And I'm going back to points I made previously. Don't let no one talk you into doing it. And that's a partner to tell you, oh, I'll be there and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Do not make that decision based off other people's, what they say they're going to do. Because you ain't going to know what they're going to do until they actually do it. People talk a big game all the time until the time comes when they realize, wow, this is a lot. They didn't think it was going to be a lot. They didn't think it was going to be so much. They didn't think this is what babies, came with. They know this how much care came with it. So if you're not ready, I pray that you don't have to though. But if you're not ready to be the number one and only, don't do it. Don't do it. And it don't matter if you're married or not. It's not about union. Yes, It makes it a little harder for the person to walk away. But I need you to come closer now. Come here. I know several married single mothers. Yeah. The partner is there. That man is there. But he barely does anything for that child. Or they barely do anything for that child outside of, oh, I'm working. Maybe they'll change a diaper here or two. Maybe they'll give you a couple of hours a week. And I do literally mean they'll give you a day where you get a couple of hours, 1 or 2 hours to do what you want to do. And then the rest of the time is on you. So it doesn't matter if that person's in the household, not in the household. They promised you this, they promised you that. You're married. People are going to people. People are going to change. People are going to shift. Okay? And I'll talk about that a little bit more later. Parenting, and just add on to my previous point, parenting is not equal. So get that out your head. Get it out your head. It's not equal. It's not. But it should be equitable. Okay? Okay? It should be. There shouldn't be anyone taking on more responsibilities in general. Now, it's not going to be equal in the sense of you change 10 diapers, I change 10 diapers. You do 10 feeds, I do 10 feeds. That might work for some people. They're able to alternate. But 9 out of 10 times, that's not how it works. It might look like, okay, you got the baby during the day. I'll get the baby at night after I come home from work. And that might be 2 different babies you get during the day and during the night. The baby might be calmer at night. You may not need to change as many diapers. You may not need as many feedings or whatever the case is. So it's not going to be equal. But in some ways, at least you get a good range of hours to yourself, just like that person did, right? Equity. Or the person may be really good at, this is another example, I guess I'll leave it in parenting, that the person might be really good at cleaning, keeping the house clean. So you don't have to worry about that. They're doing the dishes, they're doing the laundry, they're mopping, they're sweeping, like keeping the household up. And all you got to do is really just care for the baby. That's not equal. That's not equal childcare, but it's equitable for the household, right? You don't have this responsibilities you don't have to deal with, and they don't have to deal with. So keep that in mind as well, because that will build resentment. If you are like, this person not changing diapers, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. Oh my gosh, I'm doing everything. And please, Lord, have a conversation before. Please have the conversations. And though they may not mean nothing. I'm laughing because, baby, okay. They may not mean anything with some individuals, but at least you can say you did it. At least you can say you tried. Okay, that it was not just assumed. All right. Oh, another one, Lord. You need more than 6 weeks to recover after creating a whole fucking human being. This is for the people in the back. You need more than 6 weeks to recover after having a whole human being. The 6 weeks is mainly so that where the placenta was attached in your uterus can heal. Guess what? That might take a little longer too. The 6 weeks is so that your body can register, okay, I'm not pregnant anymore. Okay. When your doctor gives you the, okay, does not mean, and this is for the male partners or the partners with the penis. Do not pressure your partner into having sex after the doctor just gives them the okay after 6 weeks, because the okay is not necessarily an okay for sex. It's an okay to be like, okay, it looks like you're healing up good, or you've healed up good. There's no further issues that they can identify at the time. It does not mean, let me jump in there, let me jump your bones, because a reality is a lot of women and birthing people. In this day and age, you shouldn't have to choose between being present for your child and your job. You shouldn't have to choose between your mental, emotional, physical health, and your livelihood. Both can exist. Both can thrive. I'm here to help you achieve that. Empower your parenting journey with a workplace accommodation consultation with AJO Consulting Services now. People do not want to have sex. They do not want a thing in them after they spent 10 months with something in them and they finally got it out. Okay? That's another conversation for another time. In addition, you need more than 12 weeks to get acclimated to caring for a new life and to get yourself, quote unquote, back. And that back, in quotations, is going to be different. You will not feel nowhere near yourself at that time. So, what the fuck is these institutions and these jobs? Why is that all the time that they're giving you for parental leave? And that in itself is a blessing, because some people don't even get the 12, they get 6, or they don't get none, which is insanity. Insanity. Other places around the world, you get a whole effing year. A year. And that is so much more realistic, because research shows it takes about 7 months before you feel like yourself and you have gotten comfortable with having a child to care for. 7 months. But then where the hell did the 12 weeks come from? Do not let these institutions treat you like a workhorse, like you just some breeder that they keep, you can pop in babies and then boom, get back to it. No. That's glamorized way too much. It's not realistic. And a lot of times these stars and these people, they got nannies and things. Yeah, they can bounce back to work. They're not the ones caring for their kid 24/7 for real. Don't do it. Get it out your head. You don't need to be there. You need at least 7 months. And again, another reason why I changed and reframed my business, because these are things that we need to talk about as a society, as a community. It shouldn't be when you are already in the thick of things and you're trying to figure out, and now you're stressed about money. Now you're stressed about how I'm going to get, this time off of work, because I'm not ready to go work. I don't want to go back to work, but I got to go to work. We can book a consultation. We can talk about this. We can figure out how to best work your parental leave. And if you have a partner, how to make that make sense for both of you. How to plan financially so that you don't have to run back to nobody's job. Because that needs to be figured out before we get pregnant. If you're already pregnant, cool. All is not lost. You can still figure it out. This is another big one. You will change after having a baby. There's literally a scientific term called matrescence, and I hope I'm saying it right. But it is the transition from womanhood, adult woman, or a birthing individual becoming a mother. So when people tell you, oh, you've changed since you... Yeah, dummy. Yes. Not just my body. You're literally your brain. Your literal brain has changed. The chemicals in your system have changed. You will be a different person. So if other people are telling you this, your partner, yes, I have changed. That is what's going to happen. So have these conversations beforehand. Do not assume you will be the same. Physically, you won't look the same, or you might. But inside, you're not the same. You're not the same. And you won't feel nowhere near close to yourself until at least 7 months. And even then, you are considered postpartum. You're dealing with postpartum symptoms, hormones, dysregulation for 18 to 24 months, y'all. Yeah, not 6 weeks, not 12 weeks, not once the baby pop out. It takes a while. I need y'all to lean in again. Guess what? I need y'all. This is also for the moms. This is for the birthing people. Your partner's going to change too. Yeah, your partner will change. Scientifically, there is also a term for this. There's literally chemical reactions happening during this time. But hear what? It may not necessarily be the way that you changed, where you might change and I need to care for this baby. It brings you closer to your child. It puts you in a mama bear mode, right? That may not be the change that your partner's having. They may have the complete opposite change. Some women and birthing people also do not have that same change. They may have this WTF, what the hell did I do? Have no connection to the child, and they do not want to care for the child. It's not just men or the non-birthing individual that happens to. Some of us, that's what happens. Guess what? It may not be liked, but it's a reality that I need us to think about. It's not going to be rainbows and butterflies just because y'all talked about it and that's what the person said they're going to do. You won't know what the person will do until the time comes. Lean in for me. Stop telling people to choose better. Stop telling and blaming single parents. Stop doing it. Just like you've never been held at gunpoint, you won't know what you do when you are. You think you a fighter until it's time to fight. And then guess what you don't do? You don't fight. Please stop with these thoughts and opinions. You can plan all you want. You won't know what's going to happen until the time comes. And this is a more so of a reality than any other that I've known, with people that I've talked to, with groups that I've been in, with women and moms of all ages. Okay? So I'm not just talking on my ass. I'm not just talking from my own personal experience. This is a vast, vast array of experiences that I've seen or heard from other people. Are all these people wrong? All these people doing something effed up? Come on. I pray in this instance, though, that it's a positive change that y'all experience, that your partners experience, and that no one runs because of the change and because of the responsibilities that now come with creating a new life. And I want to make clear here, running looks and takes on many different forms. So that person could physically still be around, but they are running from their responsibility. They're not helping you do what they said they were going to help you do. They always now need to work. All of a sudden, when pre-baby, they were all up in your face all the time. They worked, but they did what they had to do, and then they was in your face, right? They were doing whatever they, loving up on you, telling you whatever you needed to hear. Once this baby come, y'all still together. But now all of a sudden they gotta work. They got all these excuses of why they can't be in that house with you and that baby. They still running. They're just physically quote unquote present. Okay? Or now they don't have time to talk to you when they used to talk to you. Now they don't have time to do the things that they were doing prior. All of a sudden, they're still running, even though they're still quote unquote here. So let's not pay attention to that. Because a lot of people are like, the person just leaves and that's what people think. No, sometimes that person can be in the household with you and still running from the responsibility. Okay? And it's all fun and games planning to have a baby. But when reality hits, that's a whole nother episode. Okay? That's a whole nother episode. A few more points. Doula. Get one. Please, if you can afford to pay for one, get one. There's tons of programs that you can get free ones depending on your income, or low cost ones. Please get one. I can also assist you in getting a doula. I'm a trained postpartum doula as well. And I'm not just saying this because I am a trained postpartum doula, but again, research has shown that women who have a doula are less likely to get cesarean sections that they do not want, are more heard. Their choices and things are more heard when they have a doula in the hospital. They're less likely to play in your face, especially as a Black woman. I want to throw that out there. They're less likely to play in your face when you have a doula there. And that's for many reasons that, again, if you guys want an episode on doulas, we can definitely talk about that. And I might even bring on some other doulas to, talk as well, which actually sounds like a good episode. But y'all let me know if that's something y'all want. Postpartum wise, not only, of course, you have a doula during birth and they can guide you and help you through the process, because a lot of us, if this is your first child, you don't know what that look like. So having someone there to guide you through the things so you're not freaking out is paramount. And I can also, when I do talk about my birth story, you'll see what I'm talking about. But also postpartum, now you got this human being. A lot of people have never taken care of a newborn. They've never taken care of a baby before. Having someone who is there, who can help you, and they're seasoned in that, is so important. It alleviates so much stress. It just makes you feel so much more comfortable. But not only is it they're there to help you with the baby, they're there to help you with household stuff that you ain't gonna want to do. You're not gonna want to cook. You're not gonna want to figure out food. You're not gonna want to clean. And the doula can help you do those things, right? So just keeping that in mind. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay. Again, that's something we can talk about if that's something you want to talk about. And next point is, and these next two, baby, huge. Stop telling people they need to have kids or more kids after they just popped out a damn baby. What's wrong with y'all? I've never told anyone, even prior to this experience, what they need to be doing with their own goddamn bodies. Why y'all feel it's okay to tell people, oh, when you have kids, oh, you need to, and after somebody just had a goddamn child, literally just had this experience that is mind-blowing. People literally fix their mouth to tell them, oh, you should have another one, you have another one. Are you dumb? As y'all can hear, I'm very passionate about this because these people made me so fucking mad. And I had to shut down very nastily a lot of people. Because smiling and just, people ain't gonna stop. They're not gonna stop. Again, I don't know if they think you're a breeding horse. Maybe you're a dog and they're expecting a litter. I don't understand. Mind your own uterus and testicles. How about that? How about let's move with that in mind? If these people want babies so bad, tell them to go have them themselves. If it was so easy peasy, they would go ahead and do it themselves. They're not looking for you to do it. Stop doing this nonsense. It's not endearing or cute. Please stop it. And I'm talking to the people who do this shit. Talking to y'all directly. Stop doing this shit. It's not cute. It's not, oh, I'm just no, don't play like that. Play a different way, because you don't know how you're traumatizing someone. You don't know how you're re-traumatizing someone. You don't know how you're triggering someone's trauma. You don't know how you're inflicting deep feelings. You don't know. So stop. And when someone says something rude to you and someone don't want to talk to you, when someone removes you from their life, you don't know why. Because you have a blatant disregard for the person choosing what and what not to do with their own body. That's why. And for those of us who's experienced this and in the moment you didn't know what to say, I pray the next time someone comes to you and they fix their mouth to say nonsense to you, no is a full sentence. You don't got to explain yourself. You ain't got to tell them why or why not. You ain't got to talk about your triggers or trauma. No. I will not. No, period. Or no, thank you. Because they'll sit there and try to convince you. What the hell is wrong with people? Okay, sorry. Y'all, as you can tell, I'm... Ooh, yeah, that was triggering for me. And, this is last but definitely not least. And... probably will have a conversation. I will have a podcast episode about this and maybe bring someone on about this as well to talk about their experience with this. But misery does love company, especially when it comes to motherhood. Especially. There's a lot of old school heads, and I'm talking about our parents' generation, maybe our grandparents' generation, who think just because they suffered through through pregnancy or parenting, that you should be fine doing so as well. Absolutely the fuck not. No. If these are the people you're around, I feel bad in the sense if they're part of your village, keep those people far from you. As far from you as you can. Or try not to hear or internalize the nonsense that they're spewing. Because this is that mentality. This is why people don't speak up. This is why we can never go far as a group of people. And this is why so many things are just done in silence. And so many of us are suffering. And maternal mental health issues in Black women are enormous. Suicide is a very real thing postpartum and during pregnancy, y'all. It's a very real thing. Having people tell you that suffering is a part of the process, no, absolutely the hell not. It does not have to be part of the process. You can lessen your suffering. You can lessen your stress. Get help. Talk about your feelings. Talk about the things. Because at the end of the day, if you're not good, that baby's not good. At the end of the day, if you're not here, who's going to raise that baby? Who's going to take care of that baby? Please do not let people make you feel like, oh, my mama did it, so you should be able to. And she did what she couldn't do with what she had at the time. Why would I be in a better place and state or have more resources or things at hand and I'm going to choose to suffer the same way? That ain't why our ancestors died. That ain't why our ancestors worked so hard for us to continue the same things or to experience the same trauma or to experience the same hardships. What was the purpose then of their hard work? Your life is supposed to have more ease. Your life is supposed to have more peace. Do not let anyone, no matter how close they are to you, make you feel that because you want accommodation from work, because you want to work from home, because you want to stop working after having a baby or being pregnant, that something is wrong with you. No. You're doing an enormous thing, a huge thing. And a lot of this talk that people are spewing is because they had no other choice. Everything stems from racism, unfortunately. So there was a mentality that they had to have and was passed down. We don't need to adopt all those things anymore. Racism is still real. Don't get it twisted. And you will see that, especially being pregnant in some of these institutions. But there's certain hardships that we can alleviate from ourselves, that our mothers even were not able to. So do not allow these people to make you feel like because you need a break, because you are, you don't want a mother sometimes, or you don't want to work, or whatever the case, that is something wrong with you. That is what you need to get yourself good, your health good, your mental good. And that is what you should do. You and your child needs you at your optimal, and do what's necessary to do so. Do what is necessary to do so. Keep these type of people far from you. All right? This was a long Things I've Learned to Be True. It wasn't even intended to be this long, but baby, the spirit took over me. Okay? And here's the crazy thing. I'm probably not even remembering everything that needs to be said. I'm probably not. But I hope those of you who are still tuned in, that you hear me, because I want to be able to see you. Okay? You're not unseen, and you will never be unheard, especially not here and not with me. Again, book a consultation if you need to. Consultations are free. Okay? I am here to provide coaching. And those who know me, listen, if you need just to have a conversation, free 99. I'm here and I can do that, because at the end of the day, I want to see you live. At the end of the day, I want to see people thrive. Women, birthing people. Navigate the complexities of life and parenthood with expert consulting. From family planning and navigating parental leave to workplace accommodations, AJO Consulting Services offer valuable advice and guidance on a range of topics. We'll help you make informed decisions and navigate the challenges with ease. Amazing. We need to be upheld in society higher than we are. We do amazing things. This experience has shown me that the world don't like women. And it's so unfortunate because we are so beautiful in so many ways. But trust, you are seen, you are heard. If nowhere else, you are here and with me. Till next episode. Bye. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the Oasis Podcast. I hope you were able to find something that resonated with you on your journey. Don't forget to subscribe anywhere you listen to podcasts and YouTube. Rate us and leave us a review and comment on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and YouTube. Share your favorite episode and like us on Instagram and Facebook. If you have any questions, comments, want to be a guest, or any show ideas, contact us at ajaysoasis@gmail.com. That's AAYJAYSOASIS@gmail.com, or direct message us on Instagram and Facebook.